Browns fans, we are back after a glorious win today. Your boys are back. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Brown and Orange Weekly. I'm your co-host, Dean the Big Dog Samples, and I am joined, as always, by the one and only Clarence Wilson. How are you doing, my friend?
Bruh. We ain't gonna say we told y'all so, but we told y'all so.
The power of
That was
positivity came true.
you know what you rubbed off on me. Shout out to you and Matt Fontana last week. Y'all rubbed off on me and almost hit that score dead on the nose,
You
but
did, dude.
we
You're
both picked
close.
we both picked W's. So I just
Was it pretty?
not exactly, but the
Nerve-wracking
one
at times. It was definitely nerve-wracking at times. But your Brownies took a W from the GOAT, Tom Brady, in overtime. Jacoby Brissett's last game as a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Man,
it was lovely. It was a nice 23-17. Um, just and I got to ask you this. Like for me, I felt like when we were down 17-10, it always felt like we were down two touchdowns. We were still in the game, but just the way things were progressing, we couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything. And so, did you ever feel out of it, or
I agree with you. Started off strong. Once again, another opening
oh,
drive, another score. And that was kind of it there for a little bit. Offense went stagnant. There really wasn't much going on. Couldn't get much going. Um, they started to feed the ball to Nick Chubb a little more. Nick had himself a game. A couple big plays down the stretch. Anthony Schwartz had himself a game, which is where the hell has he been? Um, David Njoku with the game. Let's just call it the catch of the game right there. That incredible one-handed catch in the end zone to tie basically had lead up to us tying it and sending it into overtime. Man, but throughout the game, man, there's a lot of emotions up and down, up and down. A lot of optimism that it would slowly dwindle away, and I'm like, man, we're gonna lose this game. I don't know if we can pull this off. Little bit of hope. Nah, no, this is back and forth the whole time, man.
mhm.
Those late game anxiety kicked in. It wasn't good, but hey, I have no complaints here, man.
I, I don't either. There were some questionable play calls by our guys, Stefanski, but they didn't cost us a win. So I the missed field goal didn't cost us the win either. That was I don't know what's going on there, but
Hey, at the end of the game, right there, Denzel Ward kind of Julio Jones caught that long
yeah,
pass at the end there,
yeah,
man. It was like, oh, pissed me off. But I was like, if they would have went down and scored there, and we lost the game off that big gain from Julio Jones when Denzel was guarding a man, he would never been let. That would have
no,
never been let down at all.
no. There was in the early portion of the game. I thought they were going to be able to move the ball however they wanted. They had I think it was 56 yards in the first quarter rushing. That's I thought we were in trouble, but then they just stopped running the ball. They had 20 rushes for the game. I, we've been giving people the game plan. If you want to beat the Browns, just run the ball. Even if you don't,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I went on DraftKings today, and a few of my lineups, I took Tampa Bay's running back.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
they playing the Browns, but he's about to have himself a game. He's about to run all over us. Just because I know. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? But
If teams rush, if they want to rush the ball against the Browns, they can. And Tampa started out in the first quarter doing that. Like I said, I think 56 yards rushing. In the first quarter, I was like, damn, they're on their way to a 200-yard rushing game. But then they just stopped. Brady threw the ball 43 times. Tampa rushed to 20. I mean, I guess that's a formula for possibly beating the Browns, the way the secondaries played. But if you run the ball, I even joked, hell, Tom Brady had his longest rush of the year against the Browns today. It's 2 yards, but it's still his longest rush of the year. So But I don't care. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I'm feeling great, man. I am feeling great. Nick Chubb, 1,000 yards on the season, a little over that now. Joins the history books. Joins Jim Brown as the only Browns player in franchise history to have 1,000 yards in 4 straight seasons.
You know what I was thinking about that is that I can't recall, especially since '99, a running back has been with the Browns for 4 straight seasons.
No,
that I
I
mean,
think that's
maybe with Duke, maybe, but he didn't get the carries.
yeah. That's I think that's something that's not talked about just as much as the quarterback situation since '99.
Mm-hmm.
We've had our fair share of running backs too. We haven't found a franchise running back until Nick Chubb, really.
And wide receivers too, up until Coop. I mean,
I wouldn't
we
even
had guys.
consider like Isaiah Crowell. I wouldn't count that.
No.
You got like
We had one hit wonders. Remember, like Reuben Drones and
yeah.
like
We
those
had
guys.
Jamal Lewis at the end of his
Yep.
career.
Yep.
Not to say he ran the ball well, I guess, with us, but still he was at the end. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, we've had a lot of 2, 3 year guys, but they were very inconsistent. No one at the caliber of player as Nick Chubb is.
No. No.
No, we're
What do
we're
you think of
spoiled.
what do you think of them finally figuring out a way to get Schwartz involved on that reverse? That was awesome.
That was beautiful.
That man didn't get touched.
I was so happy for him, and then that went away after he got that offensive pass interference call later in the game. But I was like, that's all right. Shout out to Shorts, man. We're glad to see you get a TD. We've been low key pulling for you all season, and glad to see you get it.
Yes. Yes.
Nick slammed the ball in the finish it though, man. How'd you feel? What was your reaction?
I was happy. Because like I said, just watching that game, I just never felt like they were in it, but I never felt like they were like in it. You know what I'm saying? Like they were just kind of teetering on the edge the entire game. And when he uh when he slammed it in OT, I was just like, this is nuts. Because I mean, we've seen it enough. Tom Brady on these last minute drives and all that garbage. Not
I was
today.
nervous, man. See that Tom Brady got the ball to start overtime. I'm like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
and then he didn't get it. And then we gave him a second chance to go down the field and score. And shout out to our defense, man.
Played well, really well
We
today.
have a, if you can't tell everybody, we have a lot of flowers to give out today. I don't even think I got any beef, to be honest with you. I'm not,
I'm
this isn't
not.
a
You know
beef
what?
out today.
There's no beef coming from me today. There's some things I wasn't happy with, but you know what? We're still in this thing. The Watson era officially starts next week.
That's what I was about to
I,
ask you.
I got no beefs.
The Watson era has now begun. Well, let's just say tomorrow will mark the official era of it. Let's just say that. How you feeling? Are you optimistic that we can win out here? Do you think this is a turn?
They've
I
got
see. I
some
don't know
good.
if you've seen Stefanski's end game press conference. I mean, in the locker room when he was speaking to the guys and he gave the game ball. Did you get the chance to watch that?
I haven't watched that yet.
Okay. He gave Jacoby the game ball, for obvious reasons. Well deserved, in my opinion. Um, he said something along the lines like setbacks paved the way for great comebacks or something like that. Something along those lines. I probably just botched it, but it was along those lines.
Okay.
And that kind of struck a chord with me. I was like, you know what? This team has been through a lot of ups and downs and battled through a lot of adversity, especially as far as finding their identity as a team, as even on the defensive side and offensive side, they're just all over the place. They've struggled with their identity throughout the season. And they played, I think, overall as a team, they rose up to the challenge today and played as a cohesive unit. And I'm impressed with the team up and down.
Yeah, they played. I mean, there was still have a special teams gaff. The defense seemed to leave some guys wide open, but it didn't end up killing us. And I think that's the biggest thing is that when we watch Browns games and we watch, receivers run wide open and make catches and running backs just gash us and we lose, it's like, man, if we could have stopped one or two of these plays, maybe we have a different outcome. But in this case, nothing killed us. We were still able to remain in the game. Defense played tough, and we were able to get to overtime. Uh, I don't know, man. It's we're not. I'm not used to seeing the Browns do things like that.
Right. Me neither, brother. Me neither.
Oh, back to what you were saying though about run the table. They've got some. They got some tough games. They got. Let's see. So the Texans, I feel like that should be a win. Even I know that Watson's going to come back with some rust. I just don't see him anyway. Him just walking out there and throwing for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, even against the Texans. But I feel like that's a win. But then you got the Bengals and Ravens coming in the next 2 games. Those are tough. Then the Saints, Commanders, Steelers. I feel like most of those should be wins. Maybe that Commanders game might be a little bit tough, but I feel like this team could get to 9 wins, then it was a solid season. I don't know. I don't think that's going to be enough to make the playoffs, but I don't know. Do you think they went out? I mean, I think they got a shot, but I just don't see it happen. Do you think they went out with Watson now in the fold?
I agree with you. There's definitely a possibility this could happen. Um, I would say the hardest part since the bye week of our schedule has passed, the remaining schedule compared to the last 3 games are definitely way easier as far as opponents wise. But I wouldn't put it past these teams to like the Commanders. They can come out and smack you in the mouth. They've been playing very well recently, especially with Tyler Heineke as their quarterback. Um, I wouldn't. I just hope they don't come in thinking that this is just keep the positivity where they're at right now. The mindset, just roll with it. Take the positives, build on it. Just don't take it to the head. You know what I'm saying? That's always my. I feel like every time we get a win, the next game we come back and we're just completely opposite team. I don't know if they get in their head and they get cocky. Just, I don't think they'll do it though. To be honest with you,
Nah.
maybe 5 out of the last 6 games, 4 or 5 will win. I don't think they're going to be any blowouts. If we do lose any of those games, they're going to be very close.
Mm. I guess yes. Texans the only game I think could be a blowout. I think they were last time I looked today. They were down like 27-0 against Miami. So we're not Miami, but I still
No,
feel like with our running game, we have the opportunity to shove it down their throats. But every other game after that, we'll see. But today, sir, um, I got to start out our flowers with a person that you and I both are going to give flowers to. I'm sure is Jacoby Brissett.
yeah,
That man came in here, did his damn thing for his 11 games, played better than I thought that we were going to see. Quite honestly,
yeah,
he finished with in his 11 starts, he had a little over 2,600 yards, 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Um, he would have. I mean, if he had played all 17, he would have been over 4,000 yards for the season. So, I mean, the guy came in and did what he's supposed to do, and he was a pro. He was a pro. He knew he was leaving after 11 games. I like the guy a lot. I hope he gets an opportunity somewhere. It'd be sweet if he could remain the backup here, but I think he might have earned himself a chance, maybe not to start somewhere, but teams are going to want him.
I think he has an opportunity too. And I'm going to piggyback off what you said. He's the ultimate. He's kind of like the ultimate teammate right there. And if you watch
Mhm.
his after he received the game ball in the locker room, the way he spoke to the guys, he's a true leader. Um, it just shows that he he didn't want it to be about him. You know what I'm saying? It's about them as a team. And he was stressing the whole fact about family. That's how they made them break out after he talked. Had everybody put their arms up and break on family. Um, he knew what he was brought in to do. He's never really got a fair chance to be, in my opinion, the guy somewhere, except for Indianapolis. But I don't think they gave him a fair shot. He looked good there. He, but for what he was brought in to do this year, I think he's exceeded all expectations, in my opinion. Dude has been lights out, and even tweeted that out on our page earlier before the game was over. I said, whatever the outcome is of this game, I just want to say thank you, Jacoby. Thank you for giving us your all. And that's basically what he did. But he's been impressive, man. He's been, what do you say, 2,398 yards, ranked 13th in the league. 11 TDs, tied for 20th. Interceptions, only 5, tied for 10th. And a QBR rating of 61. That's 7th in the league.
You know, and that was all before today. And he because he had one more TD, one more pick to that total, but another 200 yards. So I mean, he did what you're supposed to do. The rest of the team, specifically the defense, didn't help him out. Some of the coaching decisions didn't help him out. But for what we asked him to do, excuse me, what they asked him to do, he did.
I'm
He did
happy,
what he
man.
said. Yeah. So flowers to Jacoby. That's my first set of flowers. Would you like to hand out some? I got more. Would you like to hand out some flowers, sir?
Well, I'm going to give an extra set of flowers to Jacoby as well.
Of course.
So he's just getting a handful of bouquets
Double,
today.
double bouquet.
Um, I want to give some flowers to David Njoku
Yes,
for that
sir.
beautiful catch.
After the early drop, too. Maybe
Yeah.
after his early drop.
Man, Amari, too, even made up for his drop. He had a crucial
Mm-hmm.
drop. And Amari was lucky on that last big catch over there on the 2-yard line. Did you see how
Yeah.
awkward his knee bent
Yeah.
when he landed? He's very
Mhm.
fortunate he didn't get injured there. Another on the defensive side, I want to give flowers to MJ Emerson
Balled today.
against Mike Evans, dude. Like,
Shut him down.
dude's been balling out as of late, and I'm calling out he's the best out of the draft class so far this season. Out of the rookie class, here we got MJ Emerson's that dude.
Yeah. Shout out to his other mate, his other rookie teammate too, Alex Wright. He made a play today. Nice
Yeah.
knockdown. Nice knockdown. But no, I agree. I mean, out of the class, and I'll be honest, like I was kind of shocked if they went DB with that pick because our DB room was pretty deep as it was already. But great pick so far. Great pick. I got more flowers.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna double up with you and give the flowers to Njoku and Coop. Those dudes came back from pretty rough drops to keep us in. Um, I gotta give some flowers to our guy. We talked about him earlier, Schwartz, man. Just I think I picked him to be the breakout player.
Schwartz.
My man. May the Schwartz be with you. Um, um,
I like it.
that dude, that reverse was phenomenal. It makes me wonder, like, why they can't figure out at least one gadget play or trick play or something like that a game to get the ball in this man's hands because
Dude's fast as
he was
shit.
electric. He was electric. That man was gone. He didn't get touched. So I give a shout out to him. He's had a rough season. He's had some. We know about the drops, but some healthy scratches and just ineffective play. So shout out to Mr. Schwartz. Flowers, sir. Flowers.
Flowers to the fans as always too.
Always, always.
It was rainy today. We showed out as always. The home crowd always shows out, and y'all got to see a win. I'm jealous. I wish I would have won today. We're also 2-0 when there's an animal stuck in our damn stadium. We had the rally possum, as everyone knows. Today, there was a damn skunk in the stands.
I just
Stuck in the
watched
stadium.
one. I just watched a video before we started doing this post game. So there's nobody in the stadium, and it's just somebody following around the skunk, and he was just having a ball going through the stands, stopping and eating peanuts and whatever else was on the ground.
Dude was having a day. He was living his best life there.
Yes. And he ran up on the main concourse. He hid behind a machine for a second and skated out the stadium. Come
I'm
back
surprised
next week.
nobody got sprayed.
Yeah, nobody got sprayed.
That's wild. That's like the most mind-boggling thing is that nobody got sprayed during that. Can
Oh,
someone sneak in animals into our stadium every game? Because we're 2-0.
yeah,
You
that's
seen
right.
earlier in the week too. Somebody turfed the damn field with a golf cart.
Yeah, man.
Like how does that happen?
Oh,
Who sneaks in there and grabs a golf cart and they don't know who it is?
yeah, I haven't heard. I haven't heard if they found the person or not. But
That's wild. That's
that's
wild.
just nuts. Maybe we need somebody to come in and turf it, and we need some kind of to quote my man Yosemite Sam, we need some kind of varmint to come in there every week and
Do a trash panda next game. I recommend.
we'll be straight. We'll be straight. Oh, dude, it's just I'm still kind of in shock that they were able to come back.
Yeah, man.
It
I
doesn't
am
it
too.
doesn't happen. It doesn't happen to us like that.
No. I want to say like one negative. I really want to see Stefanski lose his shit on the sideline just once. I just want to see it. Whether it's like the what was it? Who had the offensive holding? Was it Jedrick Wills at towards the end?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I just want to see a camera angle just shoot back to Kevin Stefanski and he's just losing his shit. I just want to see it one time. I just want to see that he has that fire in him.
Well, speaking of the Wills, the offensive line they struggled a little bit today.
Yeah, they did.
They struggled a little bit today. Teller struggled.
Yeah.
Will
Out to
struggle.
Jacoby. I mean, he was getting pressure a lot. There was
Yeah.
a couple of times he threw some floaters in there, but he couldn't even follow through with his full pass sometimes. Dude was getting rushed constantly.
He took 4 sacks for a loss of 32 yards. I mean, that was kind of big. I was kind of shocked at the way they were getting to him. I'm assuming that I shouldn't assume anything with the Browns, but I'm going to say they're going to tighten that up before they put the $230 million man back there somehow.
They're gonna see what they need to do to get better.
Mm.
That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna get better. They're gonna work on getting better. That's all they ever say.
Yeah, I did see one thing to look out for, and this was about an hour ago, hour and a half ago. Um, I was watching early in the game, and I believe it was first quarter, second quarter. I can't remember. Um, Chubb took a pretty hard hit to the hip, got up,
Yeah,
did a little bit of limping. I was listening to the radio a little while ago on a post game show, and they said that our own, actually, it was our own, the guy we had on last week, Mr. Fantastic, Matt Fontana. Shout out to you.
shout out,
Um,
man.
that's right. He said that they asked him, what did Chubb have to say afterwards, and they said he wasn't at his locker. So I'm wondering if he maybe got a hip stinger or something like that. It looked like he got hit right on his hip, but for
I
him
really
not
hope
to
he
be at his
doesn't have a
locker
hip
after,
pointer, man.
yeah,
Those scare me. That's what it kind of. I did Bo Jackson's career a little short, didn't
yeah. Well,
it?
he got yanked down. I was watching that game, dude. I still can't believe that. I watched that was like basically his last play because against the Bengals, and I think it was a long ass run and just went out of bounds and kind of got. Okay, he pulled his hip. So whoever was tackling him pulled his hip a little bit. This play though, it looked like. Do you remember the play I'm talking about? Like with Chubb.
Is that where he laid flat down for like a few
Yeah,
seconds?
yeah, because he kind of the way he went down, it looked like a defender hit him right on the hip,
Yeah,
and he got up and he went out of the game after that. He ended up coming back, but just the fact that he wasn't at his locker later for interviews,
maybe it
keep an
was.
eye on.
Yeah, maybe hopefully it's just being precautionary and just checking to make sure he's straight. I'm
Yeah.
hoping, but yeah, positive vibes. Hope that's the case.
Yes. Yes.
So
Well,
as of tomorrow, Watson is the official starter and begin preparations for Houston, team that he knows very well at an arena that he knows very well as well. That was way too many wells in a sentence. I should probably never do it again, but it's okay. What are your predictions and what do you think is the game plan they need to focus going into this game?
as always, run the ball, but you got to get him. We know the stat very well. When Chubb runs the ball 20 times, the Browns I think are now what 3-0, 4-0 this season. So obviously you got to keep giving him the ball as long as he's healthy and well, but also you got to get him some live game action. You got to get Watson some live game action. So you're gonna have to throw the ball. Hopefully, they're not throwing the ball upwards of 40 times, but I think you need to throw the ball 30 times to kind of get in some kind of game rhythm or something like that.
I agree, but I think it's crucial to try to establish the run game early,
Mhm.
just to kind of help Watson transition back into getting that in-game feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think that'll be crucial for him and beneficial for us as well if we can establish the run. Whether if Chug's a little messed up a little bit, and God forbid he has to miss the game, I'm still confident with Dearness Johnson, Jerome Ford, and Kareem Hunt that we could run the ball pretty damn well.
Yes.
Um, so I'm not concerned in that. I mean, obviously we don't want to see Chubb hurt. I hope that's not the case. Um, but I'm not concerned about that. I just think it would be really beneficial, not just for the team, but for Deshaun to get that run game going, just to kind of help ease him into that in-game feel again and get back into groove of things. Obviously, here and there, do your little pass plays if it's a little dumps or whatnot. But I think that's crucial to definitely establish the run.
I agree. I agree. Today, they had a. I feel like this would be a good run pass ratio. They had 37 passes today and 34 rushes.
See, I'm good with that. I'm
I'm
happy with that.
perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine with that. Like I said, we saw that Chubb Chubb can run on anybody. So, and I feel like this week against Houston, we do something similar, like to these numbers. I think we should be fine. I expect rust, but I expect to win. Um, Coming off my prediction of 24-17 last week, game was 23-17. Would have been 24 if it was scored in regulation, but I digress. I'm digging back in the bag, and I'm thinking that the Browns win this one 31-17.
31-17.
31-17.
Okay.
What's your thoughts on the return of Watson and a prediction?
I'm pumped for it. I'm ready for it. Um, I'm proud of Jacoby, man. I'm gonna keep hammering that. Can't appreciate dude enough. But a question that keeps popping up in the back of my head is wondering if are we gonna see a new style to this offense? Maybe are they gonna do they have something planned like a whole package just for Watson to kind of help with his talents? You know what I'm saying? His skill set. Is there
I bet
something
you
we
they're gonna
don't
get
know?
some.
Are we going to see a completely new offense? I
I
mean,
bet
for
you
the
see some read
you know what I'm
option.
trying to say though.
Yeah,
Like Deshaun's skill set and Jacoby's skill set are not the
not the
same,
same. Read option. I bet you that we're gonna see some.
right? So I'm curious if they have something in store like that. If they have, which I'm sure they do, and I hope they do. I hope they start building around and changing the offense and doing it based off his skill set to cater to him. But I'm excited, and I think the Browns are going to win. Hmm. 42-21 Browns.
Woo! This man out here
I'm
talking
hoping
about
for a
let's
high scoring affair.
obviously, dang, 42. Woo! I hope so. I'd love to see that. I'd
This
love to
is
see that for
Deshaun
sure.
Watson coming back in the league and reminding everybody and every one of his doubters who he is and why we paid him what we're paying him.
Okay.
It's gonna be a welcome back party for Deshaun Watson in Houston, and people aren't gonna like it, but I sure as hell am.
If they walk out there and put up 6 touchdowns, then I might have to change my whole thought on this team. I know Houston's bad, but for him to come back and do something like that, or this team to be able to do something like that with him back there, that give me hope that they can run the table.
Just start the game off, smack him right dead in the mouth, dude, and just foot on the pedal. Don't even take it off their throats, man. Just whoop their ass.
I can dig it. I can dig it. Well,
Unleash that dog.
let
Sean
it out.
Watson's unleashing the dog inside him next
Let
Sunday,
it
and
out. Let it out. I'm pretty gassed up to watch this game. It's gonna be it's Well, the Browns have not had a franchise quarterback since Bernie. So I'm excited to see this guy, and he's locked in too. It's not like he's going to be here for 1 or 2 years. He's going to be here for the next half a decade. So it's going to be nice to watch the era begin, and regardless of people's feelings on him on the outside, I'm here to watch him play football.
Do I agree with the things that allegations against him? Absolutely not. I do not
Exactly.
agree with it. Um, but I, unlike some people nowadays, have the ability to set that shit aside and
Mm-hmm.
look at the man for what he brings onto the football field. I may not agree with him as the person, but as a football player, the dude can ball. And despite all the shit we've been through as a fan base, pretty excited for this.
Yeah, that makes two of us. That makes two of us. You got any extra plugs? Anything else you want to tell the people?
Happy belated birthday to the GOAT, Bernie Kosar. A couple days ago was his birthday. You matter. Um, no, that's it, man. We got the high school basketball revving up, man. We Cleveland Prep. Got some high school games we'll be covering. I'm going to be involved in that as well. I don't know if you're getting involved. I know you were doing the football there for a little bit.
Try and
Um,
jump in. Try and jump in.
I might be even doing some wrestling. High school wrestling
Okay.
we're going to be covering. So follow Believe in Prep and Believe in Media LLC for updates with that. Um, that's it, really, man.
I think I'm in
Let's
the
just go.
same
Just enjoy
boat.
this win.
I'm gonna enjoy Victory Sunday night.
You
I'm
guys
in the
will be
little.
hearing this on Victory Monday, and I hope you guys have an
That's right.
amazing Victory Monday.
That's right. That's right. I'm gonna enjoy a Victory Sunday night. I'm gonna enjoy a Victory Monday. Um, yeah, that's it. You gave most of the shout outs. Give an extra special shout out to Marshawn Powers. He's the newest member of Believe Lynn. I think he covered all the basketball
Dude
this
has
weekend.
been phenomenal on his
Killing it.
recaps. Shout out to you, man. Marshawn, if you want to come on and talk Browns with us, I don't know if you're a Browns fan, but
Oh,
you're
he
more than
is. I've
welcome to come
interacted
on
with
here
him.
and talk some Browns with us. Uh,
Yeah,
go,
absolutely.
go to BelieveInMediaLLC.com and look up the articles and the recaps that he's covered. He's Dude's been busy. Dude's been grinding. Flowers to you. Flowers to the whole Believe in Media team. We just reached 1 year not too long ago. Got some big things brewing up. Ride with us.
That's right.
Get big.
Yep. That's right. Well,
Go to, go to All Things Cavs for your things Cavaliers. Guardians of
yes,
the CLE for your, I almost said tribe.
close enough. I do it all the time.
Cardiac Kids. Mel and the team do a great job. Shout out to Mel.
Mel
Um,
and Jamie killing it on there.
yeah, they are.
Shout out to you for you and Mike for killing it on a pile driver.
Yeah, if you wrestling fans, we got the Pile Driver. We cover WWE and all that stuff, and local OCW and Mega Championship Wrestling and all that stuff. So if you're a fan of that, go to the Pile Driver. You'll see me and my boy Mike. We do that as well. Other than that, I got nothing, Browns fans. Just enjoy this win. We wanted to come here, be positive. We have nothing negative to say this week. We love it. We're gonna see if we can get Matt back on for another one for victory. But
That's right. I told him that you got when the Browns win, some of those things you got to do the same thing that you did the week before. So, well, I'm not wearing the same shirt that I was wearing last week. I was wearing it earlier today. So, yeah, we need to Matt need to come back on, and we need to keep the good vibe going. Uh, as always, folks, y'all know the routine. If you don't wear brown and orange, and you ain't down with our squad, you don't matter.
just like the NWO, this is for life. Oof.